A hospital inspection is a bit like an end-of-term report card. For Derriford, it's a case of A stars in some areas, but could do better in others. Chief Executive Anne James, who will soon mark 10 years in charge of Plymouth Hospitals Trust, told me the inspector's verdict is a mixed picture.
We're clearly very, very proud of the fact that CQC, despite the sustained pressures the hospital has been under, continue to rate us as outstanding for caring, but not surprisingly, overall, the hospital requires improvement, but good progress, I think, in a number of key areas.
The inspectors say they came away from the visit with serious concerns. They saw patients being cared for in ambulances outside a crowded emergency department, some who could not be moved to medical or surgical wards because there was no capacity, and others who were not always cared for in the best place for their treatment needs. There were not always enough staff with the right skills, training and experience to keep patients safe and provide the right care and treatment, while social distancing was not always possible, and pathways designed to reduce cross-infection could not always be followed.
Clearly the pressures around urgent and emergency care continue to be a feature, and that's something that we're all very concerned about. We will be relentless in doing everything we can to improve what are unacceptable delays for ambulances waiting outside the department and for patients being triaged. Every improvement, however small, is one that we will really be focused on, absolutely.
But it's not all bad news. Staff were praised for providing compassionate care under immense pressure, and the inspectors say the Trust's leadership has improved since their last report. The CQC has placed conditions on the Trust's registration, but they say this is a positive step rather than a warning.
In this case, conditions have been placed on the Trust as a supportive measure to encourage the improvement needed for patients. Those conditions are about having that ongoing monitoring and real clear view of what's happening throughout the urgent and emergency care system, across the system, and we will be engaging with system partners and the Trust to understand that.
The inspectors will be back at some point over the coming months to check on how things are progressing. Sam Blackledge, ITV News, Plymouth.